Hi, it's vegan personal trainer and nutritionist Paul from Hench Herbivore. 9 months ago I did a review of strongman Eddie Hall's diet, which had him well and truly on a collision course with our top killer, heart disease.
So my cholesterol is
236, yeah.
So it should be at most 200.
200 is considered normal in a society where every other person will suffer with a cardiovascular disease and 1 in 3 will die of a heart attack. I would rather bulletproof myself by having my total cholesterol at no more than 150 and, more importantly, my serum LDL at 70 or lower. Anyways, now we'll critique the video of his so-called boxer's diet, which he's just published. Hopefully for his sake he's dropped his animal consumption way down and is centering his food around whole grains, legumes, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices. With the increased strain on his heart from the new intense training, he'd be mad not to.
It's just gone 7:45. I'm up. I have like a vitamin boost.
Okay, that sounds good. Fruits, vegetables, greens juice, smoothie.
Like multivits.
Oh, a load of made up nonsense pretend nutrition that's likely doing more harm than good.
Gut gummies.
Gut gummies. Sweeties, you mean? Some kind of likely useless probiotic. I'll tell you a better strategy that works fantastically well. It's called food. Healthful gut bacteria feed on soluble fibre, resistant starch and polyphenols. Or to make that more digestible, pardon the pun, fruits, vegetables, legumes, whole grains, nuts and seeds.
CBD gummies.
I'm a huge fan of CBD. In fact, I'm partnered with a CBD company. But I don't consume candies full of refined sugar and artery-clogging coconut oil. I think that you're seriously missing sweet fruits out of your diet, so you're drawn to food types designed to appeal to children.
So first thing in the morning, I like to get a good hit of protein straight away. Get the body started on the right track, really.
With a refined product initially intended for a baby cow, not likely.
200 calories.
Sounds healthy. Quick, run! He eats animals! Just kidding, he was born in the West, so arbitrarily he rightly doesn't see you as food.
Thank you, darling.
Of course, the same cannot be said for cows and their congealed mammary secretions. Congealed bovine mammary secretions and minced up body parts.
Burgers is a nice, easy, digestible way of getting the meat in. And because
you're trying to give yourself a heart attack so you can back out of fighting the mountain?
Burgers tend to be, well, the ribeye burgers, so there's lots of fats in there as well, so there's lots of energy that I can obviously use during the training session that's coming up.
Yeah, there's a lot of calories there, mostly from saturated fat. How about some complex carbs, or at least polyunsaturated or monounsaturated fats? Is your sport really worth dying for?
And then I put a little bit of cheese on the top, just for a little bit more protein.
Cheese has more saturates than meat. You could use a healthy vegan protein source.
For me, it's all about the flavour.
And there it is, the truth comes out. You're eating this because you like the taste of saturated fat and salt. The two things that will lead to an early grave faster than anything else.
I eat nice foods, but are still healthy.
I'm sorry?
But are still healthy.
No, they're not. Oh my God, no health authority says that. How have you got to this age and you actually believe that the worst things for your health are actually good for you?
The wife cooks it in butter.
Oh, even better then. I understand if you're tired of living and you have a little respect for your body, but you're also demanding that calves be shot in the head so you can steal the food intended for them. And your choices are ravaging the planet for everyone else.
It's all lacto-free, because obviously I'm lactose intolerant.
Obviously, you're not a baby cow, man.
This is great, because I can still have all the dairy products that I've always had throughout my life, but without the bloat and everything.
If your body is having a terrible reaction to foods in a natural state, then perhaps they're not meant for you.
And then I'm going to have a bowl of Rice Krispies.
Jesus Christ, more kiddies junk. Get some oats in you, man. How about some fruit while you're at it?
Rice Krispies. I did a tolerance test back in 2016, basically told, you shouldn't really be having lactose. It was that and peanuts. I can't have peanuts, and my body gets inflamed when I have peanuts.
You don't think your body gets inflamed when you have meat and dairy? Because saturated fat is hugely pro-inflammatory.
Right, breakfast done. I like to have my vitamins straight after my breakfast.
Oh, wait a minute, I thought you had your artificial multivitamins before breakfast. Why are you having more?
I have a selection of tablets that I have 2 or 3 times a day.
My dad had one of those cases in his shed for all his nails and screws, etc. I never thought in a million years someone could fill them right up with pretend nutrition.
So I like to have them in the morning, 1 of each in the morning, 1 of each at lunch, and then usually I have 1 of each after my physio, so I'm having 3 doses a day.
Bloody hell, I'm surprised you don't rattle. I bet you're doing some harm to your body in one way or another with all those isolated megadosed lab-made tablets. Get some fruit and veg in you, man, and save like 90% of your money.
Vitamin C.
Which you can easily source from fruit and veg.
Multivit tablets.
Just eat the range of whole plant foods.
ZMA.
Zinc you can get from things like oats, lentils, quinoa and beans. Magnesium from oats, quinoa, tomatoes and spinach. And B6 from sweet potatoes, tomatoes, lentils and peppers.
CLA.
Flax seeds, sunflower seeds and soybeans.
Omega-3.
Flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp hearts and walnuts.
Selenium.
1 Brazil nut is 164% of your RDA.
Got vitamin K.
Ubiquitous in broccoli and leafy greens.
We've got vitamin B and niacin.
Vitamin D, yeah, without sunshine, everyone should be supplementing that. For niacin, you could eat tomatoes, sweet potatoes, mushrooms and lentils.
Stuff like this is essential.
No, it's not. If it was, then none of us would be here. The earliest supplements were only manufactured 100 years ago.
You know, absolutely essential. Getting a good dose of vitamin C for your immune system.
I give up.
And I wash it down with Nordic oil. So it's a super high strength fish oil basically, with 400 IU of vitamin D in it. So not only around the vitamin D tablets.
You've got supplements on top of supplements. Admittedly, DHA may be a beneficial supplement for some, but fish don't make it. They consume DHA containing algae, which we can supplement. That way we don't get the myriad of pollutants which biomagnify up the food chain and end up where? In the fish oil.
It's so good for you. It literally lubricates your blood.
I'm sorry?
Lubricates your blood.
Come again?
Lubricates your blood.
I'm so sorry, I'm just not getting it. From here it sounds like you're saying the fat out of a fish can make a fluid more slippery.
Not much of a meal, so to say, but still part of my sort of supplement regime. So I have 5 scoops of Impact EAAs.
These are isolated amino acids, like he's not had more than enough protein already.
And then I'll have a litre of cranberry juice, and that's just a little bit of carbs, no added sugars.
And no fibre, so it's not exactly healthy like a whole fruit. At least it'll have a modicum of nutrition though, I suppose.
So it's just a little bit of natural carbs and good antioxidants, and antioxidants are vital, and I mean absolutely vital, for recovery of the muscles.
On average, whole plant foods have 64 times the amount of antioxidants found in animal products, and far more than processed junk foods such as Rice Krispies and sweets. As my diet is virtually all whole plant foods, I must agree, my recovery is vastly improved.
Halfway through the session, and I have 2 scoops of whey isolate.
Another 50 grams of processed isolated protein.
And then I'm gonna have a bag of beast biltong as well.
Why? Dried out, heart attack inducing red meat. I wonder how much more energized this guy would feel if he put in some healthy carbs and took out some of the excessive, unnecessary protein.
440 calories there as a sort of a midway snack halfway through the training session.
And most of that meat will still be sitting in the bottom of your stomach at the end of your session, so what's the point?
It is luncheon time. This is my favourite bit of the day, so who's having a nice big meal? Hello. Ooh. What have we got here, Al?
A dead body.
We've got a good portion of vegetables here as well, and peppers and everything else.
That's something, I suppose.
I always have a second dose of vitamins as well. So whatever I have in the morning, I'll have the same again with lunch.
Yep, you wouldn't want to be pill deficient.
And I have an electrolyte.
Because he doesn't eat enough mineral-rich health foods.
I have a good sprinkle of natural sea salt.
Despite the fact that chicken is pumped full of salt to make it hold more water and to help you to part with more of your hard-earned cash.
Why do I feel like my son's about to sneak up on me and smack me in the back of the head?
Because deep down you know that you could do with some sense knocking into you. Just kidding, folks. Of course, violence is wrong, even if it would be in his best interests in this instance.
Let's call it 900 calories, because it's got a load of rice here.
Finally, a decent fuel source.
So in between my meal, I'll have my tablets and my dessert.
Looks like he's really enjoying that. There's half an hour of his life that you won't get back.
Oh, right, for dessert, just a yogurt. And again, just some nice, so it's like a good hit of protein, because now I'll go upstairs and I'll have a sort of a two hour kip.
I used to have a sleep in the day when I ate massive amounts of animal products too. Life's too short for that, if you ask me.
The nutritionist, Paul Kerton, he's got some very peculiar ways of fueling session.
You're not kidding. Are you actually paying money for this guy to be telling you to eat saturated fat and cholesterol, junk food, and 847 different synthetic nonsense tablets? Ridiculous. When I worked as a nutritionist, I recommended that people eat nutrition.
I'm off for a nap. I'll see you in a couple hours for a little snack before boxing.
A heavy cardio session, hey? Were his nutritionists to have half a clue, I would predict something like pasta and beans, maybe some tropical or dried fruits, and something like nuts and seeds or avocado. As it stands, I'll put my money on a Yorkie, a packet of crisps, and a can of Coke.
Could honestly do another 4 hours sleep. Oh, it's all about carving up, and this is all, honestly, like, I've just put lots of faith in my nutritionist, and just gone proper off the cuff. This is something I would never normally have training to fuel up, but you know what, he said give it a try, and I did, and it worked. You know, give me really high energy levels all the way through my boxing session.
Has he actually got chocolate bars there?
A Nature Valley Crunchy Oats bar.
60% oats, good. But the rest is refined sugar, refined oil, and additives. How about making your own healthy granola bars with oats, dried fruit, nuts and seeds?
And 2 normal sized dairy milk bars.
I was joking about the Yorkie bar earlier. Wasn't far off the mark though, eh? Cocoa butter, horrible saturated fat, and refined sugar. And you've put your faith in this nutritionist? I hate to break this to you, but he's taking you for a twat. I know he's telling you what you want to hear, but honestly, you could keep your money and do a far better job of your own nutrition. Let's face it, it couldn't be any worse.
So I'm gonna have a protein shake and that, and then for afters, I'm gonna have another oat bar, a banana,
Whoa, a piece of fruit!
and another protein shake.
Of course you are.
You can have McDonald's, as much dessert and pudding and cookies and crap as you want. I'm stuck on this.
You're a real paragon of virtue.
He gives me 1 or 2 cheat meals a week, and they're all spaced out, mainly over the weekend.
Your whole diet is one big cheat meal. What are you talking about?
This is the thing about being an athlete, is you have to eat every couple of hours, at least every 2 hours. You need to be getting some form of protein and carbs in.
No, you don't. I used to buy that bullshit too, though, to be fair. But we store energy. We keep pools of free amino acids.
I've got physio for an hour, and then I usually wait till I'll have another protein shake after my physio.
Hell.
Right, it's tea time, as we say here in the north of the UK.
2 chicken, what do you call them, legs?
You can't tell which particular body parts you've got on your plate?
A massive potato. Remember, this is the platter plate, so this is, I mean, look at the size of that compared to my head.
I'm not impressed. I eat double that amount of potato in one sitting. At least you've got a few vegetables on there though. To be healthy, you actually need to eat some legumes, nuts and seeds, however, and you could do with a seriously larger amount of fruit. I would encourage you to switch out the cholesterol-laden chicken for a lean vegan protein source too, if you want to live a long, healthy life.
Loads of butter in the potato.
My heart is hurting on his behalf.
I'll wolf this down, and then it depends how hungry I get after the meal, really, from finishing my meal to bedtime. So
You probably need yet another protein shake too, right?
about 9:15ish, and I'm just getting that bit peckish now. So I've got 2 scoops of the whey isolate.
Bloody hell, he did as well. I have a question. If you're not growing several pounds of muscle a week, which nobody is, why on earth do you think you need to put in 6 pounds of dietary protein? Doesn't add up, does it? It's messing up your kidneys with hyperfiltration and is displacing more nutrient-dense calories. Calories that would provide you with optimal fuel too.
You know what? I'm going to take the protein shake with me to bed tonight.
Oh, f***ing hell, I've heard it all now, I'm done. Click this.